I stand in the tradition of a Baptist, Roger Williams, who in the 17th century founded the colony of Providence Plantation. Today it's called Rhode Island. Williams founded the colony under the banner of religious freedom. He was a minister who organized the first Baptist congregation in this part of the world. And Williams served as the governor of that colony, which means Williams lived in both of those worlds, church and state, as a minister and as a governor. And although he held office in both of those worlds, he argued for a separation between them. And he did so on the basis of religious liberty. And for that reason, I am honored to stand with my friends of another faith, my friends of no faith, but especially my friends of the Roman Catholic faith. I tell my students that although there are obvious doctrinal differences between Baptists and Roman Catholics, I affirm Roman Catholics for this reason. Roman Catholics, among many reasons, but this is crucial for this morning. Roman Catholics have always been ahead of us on issues of life. They were ahead of us in 1973, and they're ahead of us today. And I commend the Roman Catholic Church for suing the federal government. The HHS mandate of the Affordable Care Act is a violation of religious liberty. The law is both unconstitutional and unjust, so I commend them for their historic and courageous actions. Before leaving my home this morning, I caught an interesting statistic on the news. I hope I'm stealing no one's thunder. But just released this morning, a CBS News New York Times poll reveals that 68% of Americans, let me stop for a minute. I didn't say this was from some blog, and I didn't say it was from Fox News, which everybody knows is in the conservative bag, or at least that's the claim, right? The report was conducted, the poll was conducted by CBS News and the New York Times. Who can convict them, who can charge them with moral conservatism? The poll reveals that 68% of Americans, 68% favor overturning either the HHS mandate or the entire Affordable Care Act. That is great news. I support healthcare reform. It is a system that needs to be fixed. But that's not the issue. And I differ with some of my friends here today on the issue of birth control pills, non-abortion inducing medications that are legal, legally obtained, legally used. I do not object to their use, whether paid or free. But that is not the issue. The reason I can stand with Roman Catholic friends today is because, again, that is not the issue. something else. It matters not whether surveys indicate that contraceptive use among Roman Catholic women is reported to be 1% or 100%. It doesn't matter because that's not the issue. The issue, as we all know, is religious freedom. And because that's the issue, I stand with my Roman Catholic friends. There's no way to ease into this next statement, so I'll just come right out with it. I understand that the killing of an infant in the womb is still legal in this country, which astounds me, but it is legal. It should come as no surprise, though, that any person of faith would stand up and say, I'm not going to pay for that. It may be legal, so I'm not going to, because it's legal, you have the freedom to do that, but I refuse to pay for it. I reject this HHS mandate which compels individuals with a religious objection to fund the use of drugs and procedures which they consider May I start that sentence again? I have no idea what I just said. I reject this HHS mandate which compels individuals with a religious objection to fund the use of drugs and procedures which they consider immoral on the basis of religious grounds.
Yeah. Yes.
Sometimes when I engage people in discussion on this issue, they say something like this, well, I still don't understand the problem. People have the freedom to do things that they want to do, and I don't see how you can stop them from doing those things. The problem is this: unless the HHS mandate is rolled back either by judicial or legislative action, then participating in this system that so many of us regard as immoral will be mandated, required. There is no opt-out. And the money that we pay in premiums will fund everyone's medical services, which will include contraceptives, sterilization, and abortion-inducing drugs. And this absurd law will compel people with religious objections to fund the very drugs and procedures to which they object. Our objection is not the use of contraception or abortion pills. Our objection is that we're required to participate in funding those things. Why? Because it's a violation of religious liberty. Now, something else on the HHS mandate. Guidestone, the insurance carrier, the self-funded insurance carrier of the Southern Baptist Convention, has spoken against it. But in your lawsuit, the Roman Catholic Church has taken a stand against it. Once again, the Roman Catholics are leading the way on issues of life, and I commend you.
There you go.
My hope is this. Before the month is out, the news will be broadcast that the Supreme Court has struck down the HHS mandate. If not, then perhaps our politicians will find it within themselves, will find the moral fortitude, the astute understanding of our nation's constitution. Perhaps they will find it within themselves to roll back this awful legislation. If not, here's my backup plan. If not, then I plan to join my Roman Catholic friends in taking action. Before this unjust and immoral mandate goes into effect, my plan is this. I will drop my family's excellent health care coverage, and I will subject myself to years of increasing fines levied by the IRS, and if necessary, I will find myself sitting in jail because I will not comply with this law. I refuse to participate in a healthcare system which funds abortion pills and compels people with religious objections to fund drugs and procedures which they consider immoral. So in the tradition of Roger Williams, advocate for religious liberty, I stand with you.